First of all, welcome to Avanti House Secondary School. You are about to embark on a new chapter and a new journey for your children. And you are about to give me one of the greatest gifts that you can ever do. And that is to entrust myself, my colleagues across Avanti House, and all of the students the care of your child. And therefore, the decision-making that you have to do over the next month is immeasurably important. And that is why I am so glad that you're here to look around our school. But what I want you to think about as you are going around the school is very simply, will my son or daughter grow, prosper, flourish in this environment? Because it is a really special environment that we've created around the school. As you go round, you will see absolutely amazing facilities. The huge sports grounds, the sports hall, the AstroTurf, the science rooms, the classrooms, the library, the DT rooms. All of those are incredibly important when you make those decisions. But the most important decision you will make is this. When you meet the children and the staff, do you think that my son or daughter will flourish when surrounded by these people? Because you will no doubt go to a huge range of schools with facilities just the same as ours. But what I don't think you'll find is the spirit and love that you see here when you go around the school. You will hear numerous head teachers and principals talk about their values, talk about their vision, but that's very two-dimensional. We have this. No doubt over the next month, you'll collect numerous booklets. They will become glossier and glossier as you go around. But that is only two dimensions. The reality behind a school is the people in it. And therefore, I urge you as you go round to speak to as many people as you can. Speak to the children, speak to the staff, and think to yourself, yes, that is a place where my child will be safe. That is a place where they will gain educational growth. But the best thing about this place is that we will give them the opportunities to become the very best versions of themselves. They will have the opportunities to grow. They will have the opportunities to do a wide range of things. But at the heart of our values, will they become the very best versions of themselves? And will they make the world a better place? Because that is what we want. We want to send children from Avanti House to make the world a better place. Not just for themselves, financially or economically, or materialistically. We dearly want the children to leave here with the knowledge that they can make the world a better place. So I'm going to go through an overview of the school. We have the head boy and head girl to speak, and my colleague, Mr. Reniga, will take you through elements of the spiritual insight. But please, as you go through this, think to yourself, yes, I can see my son and daughter going through the educational journey at Avanti House and surely flourishing and being the best version, and in the future, making the world a better place. So, unusually for a head teacher, I will not start with the huge vision. I will start with what matters, what we are actually doing within the school. And at the very top, teaching and learning. The vast majority of the impact happens in the classroom. And therefore, we are looking to make sure that teaching and learning is a central part of our school plan. And then we have our staff development. We need to engage the very best staff in London and the world, keep them, train them, develop them. So your children have the very best teachers, but we will make them better week on, week out with professional development. The curriculum, a broad curriculum, Sanskrit, dance, design technology, drama, maths, English, science, history, geography, computer science, design technology, Spanish or French. A huge curriculum, again, to give them that broad, balanced 3-year Key Stage 3, and behaviour and personal development. What's underpinning them all is spiritual insight, where they will therefore go on that spiritual journey to enable them to be the best versions of themselves. And that is the Avanti way. And the Avanti way is about our mission statement. And I really do believe in this, that I want children to leave here at 18 and make the world a better place. Because at the moment, I'm not sure as adults we're doing a great job of it. And I think if we can entrust the children to leave school with that desire to make the world more equal, to make the world more fairer, and to make it a better place, then as parents and as educators, we certainly have done our job. But we have a threefold path: academic excellence, character development, and spiritual insight. So we'll start with academic excellence. I've worked within our community for nearly 30 years, and therefore I know we dearly hold academic excellence because we want our children to do the very best they can. Because as parents, we want them to do better than we did. We want them to have the opportunities that we didn't have as children, and we want them to do better. Otherwise, sometimes it's strange, why are we having that family? But really, we want them to also have a deep interest in gaining more knowledge. And that's what I want to see. I have aspirations for this young lady in 2040 to be a Nobel Prize winner in science. And she will go on and through that knowledge and passion for science, make the world a better place. But what is our evidence that we're doing that? Because you are entrusting me and all of my staff, you are entrusting us to get the very best outcomes. So we have 3 measures on the board. Progress 8, that is 8 subjects across the curriculum. The national average is around about 0. Harrow is yet to calculate it, but at the moment, we are at 0.99. And I'm not surprised, look at the blank faces, that probably means absolutely nothing to you as parents. But a simple explanation is this. On average, our students across their 8 subjects will get 1 grade higher, 1 whole grade, than similar students who's at the same levels at the end of Key Stage 2. So if you have 2 children finish Key Stage 2 at the same level, one comes here and another one goes to a national average school, we will, on average, over 8 subjects, get 1 whole grade higher of progress. Attainment 8, that is the average score across 8 GCSEs, and our children do 10. So they just take the 8, and you can see way above national average, but also above our partner schools in Harrow. But one of the most amazing statistics is 5+. Some of you in the audience may be of an age, whereas A, B, C, D, I can see a few people nodding of my age, maybe a bit younger, but really a 5 is a high C, low B. It's what's called a good pass. So that means My job is to give every single student the tickets and the keys for the next stage in their life. And we all know that can be gaining English and maths. So 80% of our students will gain those keys for the next step, compared to 45% nationally. So we can see we are way above the national average there, and they are shining a light. That is what it's about, because those qualifications will give these young students the ability to shine a light and have a pathway for their future to make a difference. But our outcomes in all subjects are incredibly strong. 5 is the good pass, 7s is high B, A star. And for some of our subjects, you can see they are way above those national averages. And I believe that information is in your pack. But we are more than exam results. This is our first 11. They're our ambassadors. Anyone recognize the ground? They're playing at Merchant Taylors. So our first 11 are competing against Merchant Taylors, John Lyon, Harrow School, on an equal footing. Not one of these young men was embarrassed that they were saying that we're from Avanti House, a state school. In fact, they were proud that they were competing with some of the most selective schools, not just in London, but some of the most selective schools in the country, on an equal footing playing cricket. But it's not about just you joining us for next year. I want you to be part of the 7-year journey. To go on to study at Oxford or Cambridge, to get an apprenticeship at KPMG. But also some of our students are now international. One of our young men is now studying at Tufts in Boston on a 4-year fully paid scholarship. Another young lady is doing dentistry in Slovenia. We have students who are now starting to look across the world for their next steps, but many of them are attending some of the top universities in the country. I want every child who starts with me to have that ambition, to have that aspiration, to be the best version. But knowing you can do it. You need more than just a dream. We have to make it a reality. And that makes me incredibly proud. I don't have 10 prefects. That is my student leadership team. So if you think about it, your child, when they join here, will aspire to be part of that team, and you'll hear from the head boy and head girl. But can you imagine? They have the opportunity to be part of people that are making a difference and making change. And I want every single child, when they walk through the gate in year 7, to want to be on that front row, to want to join the team, to want to be the best, and can see that around the school that they are walking around. But what does that mean for everybody? What does it mean in practice? Well, it's an ambitious curriculum. It's a varied curriculum. It's a broad curriculum. Because we know we do not want to parcel children at an early age into, you're doing this, you're doing this. So for 3 years, they study a huge range of subjects. And then they take 10 GCSEs to give them that broad curriculum, because I do not believe that any child aged 13, 14 or 15 really knows what they want to be. So let's keep the curriculum broad so they can make the right choices for them, not for you. And I think that's one of the messages I want. Bright, confident young people who know where they want to go, have ambitions of where they want to go, not to be told where they've got to go. But again, it's about creating opportunities for all. So we have our girls under 15 cricket team who are borough champions. We have our girls football team. We have our girls netball team, borough champions in year 7 as well. Get involved. That is the message from our school. It's there for you. But it's about excellent teaching and learning. We continually work with our staff about becoming better teachers. And that's why they stay. I've got 85 teachers in the school, only 4 moved last year. And that is about quality training, quality staff, and retaining the very best with opportunities across the trust, but preparing them for their next steps as well. And so we are engaged in a huge amount of activities. Things like the science trip. Again, a range of students who love science and love visiting these places. And we give them those opportunities. We are here to develop their characters. We are not an exam factory. We are far from it. I am proud of those achievements, but that is only part of the child. So therefore, we try to make sure we build their character. So we have our virtues, which I'm not going to go through. But one thing you'll notice, which is very unusual about schools, we live them, we do not laminate them. You go around some schools and they're written everywhere on the walls, aren't they? I can guarantee you haven't got that in your house, have you? So I'm sure in your living room or in your kitchen you haven't got gratitude written on the wall. Why not? Because people who visit your houses can feel it, can see it when they go in your house. And I want my school, and I know my school is like that. You don't have to walk around the corridors and see all of the slogans, because you can see it in the children. You can see it in the staff as you go around. Because that's what we believe in. We have our own lionesses. Again, the ability to do something different, to make a difference, to do something where you enjoy sport. And everybody enjoys sport. For all different activities, for all different children, for boys and for girls. Not just the stereotyping of we encourage this for these, we encourage it for all. So we have our house system. And your child will be placed in hats. We do not have a sorting hat. We would just put them in there ourselves. But also trips, visits. Avanti Quest. Every child will get an opportunity to do the Avanti Quest and visit different places within the Avanti. Sarah, I think, we'll go through more detail of that. But we have extracurricular clubs. We have the Combined Cadet Force. We have Duke of Edinburgh. And we have obviously things like our careers. So as you can see, we started the discussion about what makes us a place where I believe that we will allow your child to flourish. So I've given you an overview of the character development and the academic excellence. Our students have given their journey, but also that most important thing that intertwines everything is that spiritual insight and that individual journey. So at the beginning I said, I believe that if you do choose us, and I do hope you do, that we can give your child the ability to be the best versions of themselves. But also I hope what you can see is if we are lucky enough for you to choose our school, is that they will leave here and make the world a better place. Because you can see the journey that they will go on will enable them to be in charge of their own destiny, to be able to make the right decisions, to be able to feel comfortable in themselves, to flourish, and therefore contribute to making the world a better place. So finally, I'm going to go over the admissions arrangements. We do not lead our own admissions. you directly apply to Harrow through the system that is put in place. In the library, I believe that there are some representatives from the admissions team from Harrow who will take you through if you have any questions. But I'm going to take you this very briefly. So we have 180 places available. That is our PAN or a published admissions number. Children with an EHCP plan or care plan are our first priority, but they will go through a slightly different route on their application. If we are oversubscribed, there is a set criteria which I'm not going to go through, but I will leave on there for 1 or 2 minutes for you to read. It is on our website. It is also on Harrow's website, and also you can ask those questions downstairs, okay? But looked after siblings are 2 feeder schools, Avanti House Primary and Krishna Avanti, children of staff. And then we have 15 places of Hindu children practicing at an ISKCON temple, and then 15 places practicing Hindu parents who do not worship at a ISKCON temple, and you have to complete a SIF form. And the SIF form also is on our website with clear instructions of what is required to be completed. But also, can I please remind, if you do have a child that attends one of our 2 primaries or siblings, you do not have to do the SIF form, okay, to make that clear. And then all other children, okay? The closing date is the 31st of August, and that is a Harrow set date. And all applications are administered by Harrow. Please do not contact me or any members of staff. You can contact the main reception, but it is through Harrow that you make your application, and then you'll be notified by Harrow in March. So that's the end of the presentation. I dearly hope that you will choose our school. But I have a message for you. Please do not choose our school based on academic outcomes. Please do not choose our school for character development. Please do not choose our school just for spiritual insight. What I would like you to do is choose our school for all 3. Because that is the choice that enables your child to flourish. Do not select us because you think we get good exam results. Do not select us if you think, well, they run Duke of Edinburgh Gold and I want my child to do that. And do not select us because we are engaging fully on a spiritual journey. Because to get the very best out of our school, I want you to engage in all 3. And my final message is thank you for coming, because it is such a big step to make the choice about which school to send your child for 7 years. But again, I dearly hope that you choose our school, because I dearly hope that I will be part of your family's journey, and therefore together we can make the world a better place. Thank you for attending.